Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another crypto video. Today, we have a special episode on Ripple and XRP. I'm going to be covering all the most important news that's going on right now, plus a lot of stuff that I've found throughout the internet that I think that every XRP holder should know. So if you're holding XRP, guys, make sure you press that like button to help this video in the YouTube algorithm, and let's teach more people about XRP. And also, if you'd like to see more of these videos in the future, make sure you subscribe. So this article just came out, and I know the community has heard about it for a little while, but I think it's extremely important. JP Morgan said if Ripple wins the SEC lawsuit, XRP is poised for significant adoption. This is something I've been sharing on the channel for so long, and it does me great pleasure to see people writing like this, specifically on the higher parts of the board, for example, at JP Morgan. Those guys, they really know a lot, but they don't show that much to us normal folk, except for right here. And I'm really excited to see this, and I'll tell you why in just a second. But guys, right now, go to the comment section and type, yes, I am holding, if you are an XRP holder. I honestly believe that about 95, if not 99% of the audience watching these videos actually holds XRP, but sometimes I do wonder, are there people who like XRP updates who don't hold any of the coin at all? It's of course possible, it's not a bad thing, but let me know in the comment section down below. If the company is able to win the SEC lawsuit and trading resumes on major crypto exchanges like Coinbase, XRP is poised for significant adoption. JP Morgan's North America Equity Research Report, published earlier this month, puts XRP in the spotlight, even stating the digital asset is poised for significant adoption. While the price of XRP has actually fallen over recent days, as even right now, it's not doing that amazing, going down about 1% over the day. Ripple Labs has been working non-stop in signing new partners for its RippleNet network, an on-demand liquidity service, thus spreading the use of XRP, especially in the cross-border payment space. Now, the most important part to kind of come back on here is this ODL/RippleNet part, because obviously, guys, we can talk about hours of Ripple potentially winning the lawsuit, but that's a part on its own. What's more important is to know what the underlying reasons are for why Ripple's success also translates into XRP successes. Even this, Ripple and XRP are not one-to-one. Ripple's a company, XRP's the crypto. Now, one of the reasons why the RippleNet is so important, not needed, but important, is because of this. ODL, which is the XRP usable part of RippleNet, which is Ripple's main solution, sees record growth and traction in 2021. We're seeing a huge increase in the use of XRP throughout Ripple's network, and that is literally amazing from the perspective that this entire year here they've been sued, and so you would think that it would be like a downward sloping line, as more and more customers say, oh, you're still busy with that lawsuit? No, yeah, we're checking out. Where, for example, at the start, MoneyGram gave up, and most likely some other partners on the small end kind of gave up on them. It's really interesting then to see how they're growing over the last couple of months here. Insane growth is what they've had, and they literally call it out here. That ODL right now is about 25% of all the volume that they got, and they've gone for some huge numbers in terms of quarterly or yearly growth, basically, in ODL volume. Now, to go back on the article right here, if Ripple wins, XRP is poised for significant adoption. They are already poised, and we are almost certain that they will get some crazy adoption. That's mostly because of the fundamentals that they've set in. We know Ripple's working hard. We know Ripple's been signing more and more partners. We know now Ripple, for example, is going into different directions and making sure that all the different areas are properly funded. Here, this is Ripple/XRP ledger, because obviously Ripple has funds. They have XRP to basically provide for the XP ecosystem. Then again, Ripple is not XRP. I should really stress that properly here. It's not the same thing. However, $250 million creator fund launches for XP Ledger-focused NFT enthusiasts. They're making steps to basically make the NFT space on the XP Ledger as big as humanly possible. And that's because they are extremely cheap. And right now, if you check Twitter and check the XRP Ledger or hashtag XRP, what you'll find is that a ton of the tweets throughout this little section here are of XRP airdrops, but more importantly, of XRP freaking NFTs. There's so many of them, and funny enough, right now what I'm trying to show you guys, you can't really find it. Here we go. But usually whenever I scroll through this nowadays, it's just NFT after airdrop after NFT after airdrop. And I think that's because, first of all, people know there's quick money to be made. To which I have to say, guys, be really careful with a lot of these new things. Like a lot of the coins which are being made on the XP Ledger are making a token on the XP Ledger is extremely easy. It takes me with coding about, let's say, 15 minutes to do. So if somebody makes a token, let's call it XR hype coin, right? Or XR Shiba Doge Elon. I can make that in about 15 minutes and I can really hype it up to you, say it's the best thing ever. I can set up a free airdrop for people. And so all of a sudden my token now is being hyped up and has value. When in reality, I don't need to have any plans and I'm literally trying to scam you out of your money so I can sell out on you, if you guys get my drift. Be careful with buying into them. As we've seen before in a couple of my videos, making a trust line and basically making it so that you receive some tokens from the airdrop is not a bad thing. It's when you start trading and actually buying the things that things can basically go wrong. Same thing went for Flare and Songbird, for example. Receiving it, not a problem whatsoever. But once you start to buy or sell, or XR Doge, same thing. Receiving it, not a problem. But would you really buy, let's say, a 10% of your net worth of it? No, nobody really would. But receiving it is never a bad thing. And even then, once you've gotten it, hyping it up is not bad. But then no, ethically, you're trying to sell it on to people. I kind of digress. So that was mostly from the perspective that XRP right now, the XP Ledger is being worked on significantly, partially from the volume in ODL, which is Ripple's main solution, partially from the perspective that they're creating new things. NFTs are getting popular and airdrops are getting more and more popular on there. So for a lot of the newbies and the people who don't have that much in crypto, an airdrop for about $20, for example, can be huge. But sometimes these things are thousands of dollars worth. So there's definitely some appeal in all of that. But what I come back to is there's also growth, for example, in the fact that XRP is just literally getting everywhere. I mean, we've seen a huge amount of, how do you call it now? Exposure, I should say, purely from the Ripple lawsuit. And it's really, everybody is waiting for the moment at which it settles. So to come back on JP Morgan's opinion, yes, it's the truth. The moment that they settle, a lot of people have been waiting to buy or have not gotten the chance because their exchange delisted XRP. All those guys, they're waiting for a settlement because they can finally start adopting it. On a different part of the spectrum, there's also a lot of people who never got the chance to buy XRP because it's not properly regulated. And once they settle, it could be the first properly regulated crypto in the world, which will allow for a lot of institutional adoption. So all those points are pointing towards the right direction. It's not if JP Morgan all of a sudden changed their mind. I mean, we saw a little bit ago, December of 2020, a week before the lawsuit started, that a former JP Morgan executive joined the Ripple board. By the way, keep in mind that this was when they already knew that they were going to get sued by the SEC, because these types of things you know quite a lot up front, because they, of course, ask information from you and whatnot. So CEO Brett Garlinghouse said OConnor's experience would help Ripple build a more inclusive financial system. Sandy O'Connor, former Chief Regulatory Affairs Officer at banking giant JP Morgan Chase, is joining Ripple's board of directors. Sometimes I look back at this, and I've done it a couple of times throughout the last year, and think, According to Ripple's blog post, O'Connor will provide counsel on key government relations and key regulatory initiatives. As part of her role on the board, she worked at JP Morgan for 31 years, serving as the Chief Regulatory Affairs Officer and Treasurer for the bank before retiring in 2019. I don't know if you guys can kind of, see eye to eye with me here. Why she's an extremely important part of Ripple. More importantly, how the JP Morgan little, I guess, hindsight here of saying, if they win, it's going to be amazing, is also partially trusting their own previous executives, kind of like, if she is part of the top regulatory team on the board of Ripple, and she joined a week before the lawsuit started, knowing Ripple, of course, that they were already being sued, and they hired such a veteran, or they got such a veteran on the board, I should say. It's kind of like preparing, right, for a big battle that I don't know. Whenever I see JP Morgan quoting it like this, I kind of feel as if they either know more, which they probably don't, right? But it kind of feels like that, or they just also believe in the cause. Otherwise, why would you put up something like that? Now, is JP Morgan the most trusted source in the crypto space? Obviously not, because they've shouted a couple of times that Bitcoin is going to go to 100,000, then no, it's never going to go above 40, then no, it's never going to go below 30, yada, 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 all these different things, so I don't really trust them too much in that sense. But it's nice to see them being positive on XRP for a little while. as there's a couple of sources, like for example, Cointelegraph, that actually normally are never that positive on XRP. It's really, really rare to see them state really positive things, which is kind of interesting to think about. On a different side, there's also Gary Gensler and I guess a lot of the SEC members who don't really show that much support for Ripple nor XRP. Kind of obvious because, of course, they're suing Ripple. Then again, there's also some discrepancies within the commission of the SEC. And here's, for example, Digital Asset Investor calling them out for literally this lawsuit being wrong and the exchanges basically having delisted for no reason. He's saying, for example, Gary Gensler will meet the Chinese regulators, but not XRP holders. I wonder if the agenda was how to finish off USA innovation. I don't want to go too far into that, but think back for a little second. So, once more, you should kind of understand that Ripple's trying to get a lot of people on the board, and they even try to get as many people as possible that basically are able to make key government relations or basically work themselves up in kind of a lobbying fashion, I kind of recall, or at least I personally think so. Right? We've seen Coinbase, for example, be one of the biggest lobbyists in crypto. I think the biggest maybe with a huge amount of millions of dollars that they spent on that. I believe Ripple's also kind of up there with what they try to change. Right now, this lawsuit is a good example of them trying to change. But there's a good example here of the SEC not working with them, and that's also why this lawsuit is so critical and why it's so pivotal that they win for the entire crypto space, not just for XRP. Let's look back again. Gary Gensler is not really too willing to meet up, and also they keep saying our door is open for all the discussion. Yet, Coinbase doesn't say it's clear, Ripple doesn't say it's clear. It's so fun to always see that contrast, if you ask me. And John Dean has been fighting for so freaking long. One of the points he's also fighting for is that there's not really a good connection, as the SEC says, between Ripple and XRP, in the sense that you don't buy into XRP expecting yourself to get profits from Ripple or anything like that. And there's literally a good chance that you didn't even know Ripple existed or that they were an actual company in that sense. So I have objective empirical evidence that almost 60% of XP holders acquired XRP for the first time, completely unaware of Ripple. Now, in what way I recall this to be true is mostly from the perspective that my relatives here, or everybody that I bought crypto for, which is a very high number, have never heard in their lives of Ripple. The majority of people that buy crypto don't look further than the Binance or the Coinbase or the whatever, and they don't see that Ripple, a company, actually exists. They don't know about the Ethereum Foundation. They don't know about anything above ADA. Some people are even confused when you call it Cardano. They're like, what? And so forward and so on. So people who have bought XRP before the name change, let's say before 2017 or before 2018, they'll know Ripple. Most of them will. Let's say 80, 90%. Maybe even more. However, the people that have bought XRP or crypto really in, let's say, 2018 on forward, there's a very good chance they've never heard of Ripple, or at least not when they bought it for the first time, as a lot of people just buy whatever is at the top or whatever looks good without knowing too much behind it. Now, under Howey, it's difficult to establish purchases of XRP. We're relying on the promises and inducements of a promoter or a company they're oblivious to. And I once more agree firmly there, as it's really apparent that most people buy crypto not really with the full intention of what the company behind it is going to do. They usually just buy it because, hey, Bitcoin did well. Now we're going to buy altcoins and let's see what altcoins look pretty good. They don't really look at too much. Honestly, I think a lot of us in the community, right, are thinking, no, of course they know Ripple. Of course we want Ripple to expand and do good. But we are the XP community. We know what Ripple does. We know what XP does. We update ourselves with this type of stuff. There's about 85% of the holders that actually don't do that. Don't forget, a lot of people are not making well-informed choices. A lot of people are just buying whatever looks a little bit good. That's also me and with some coins. There's a lot of coins out there that I've never really heard of before that I have in my portfolio, purely because one of you guys told me about it in the comment section. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, this is really apparent. Here is just one more article about the growth here. Let's see if I forgot to show you guys anything. I don't think I did. So a little story here of JP Morgan basically being bullish on the entire matter. And what I can also base it on is a couple of other things. Obviously, Ripple and Swift working together, that will keep expanding. JP Morgan report started out by stating XRP was engineered to facilitate transactions on Ripple's blockchain-based digital payment network. Benefits of the network include expedited payments and reduced transaction fees. We obviously know that. We obviously know why Swift right now is a little bit outdated, not that juicy. You can actually talk again about the the benefits of XRP over stablecoins. One of the things we called out is that XRP has no jurisdiction. Stablecoins usually do. There's no complete neutral stablecoin. It's pretty hard to go because what is it going to be stable to? Are you going to use the dollar because of the dollar standard? Well, you don't really want to do that, first of all, because of the risk of fluctuation in stablecoin. That's just what people don't like about the stablecoin, as it's tied to the government that you have to work with. So I'm not talking about the fluctuation in a little transfer. I'm talking about you using another government's currency that's not completely steady to your own control. And XRP is a complete market type of structure because they don't have a government that is backed by, and it's not stable because of government. It's not backed by, you guys hopefully get it, I think so. And then there's also, of course, the SEC. Right now, these are a couple of reasons once more, and even the title, why XRP is a good risk to reward. And I always kind of come back to XRP. At the end of the day, a lot of people ask me, what is your favorite crypto? And I tell them, well, I buy a lot of cryptos, I buy a lot of gems over on my crypto channel, and I show it to you guys. But my overall number one crypto that I think will do really well, that has the best risk to reward out of everything, for me, is definitely going to be XRP. Having said that, guys, make sure you join the Telegram. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more of these crypto updates. Of course, I still have a long position open. I have told you guys my targets for a lot of these cryptos already, guys. I'm extremely bullish. I don't think the crypto market is in a bear run right now. Look at crypto.com just parading through as well, huh? And now we're on gold, doing really amazing. There's an update on those coming out today, as I have so much news to cover and so much stuff to talk about. And I also want to kind of come back on a video I've made earlier, which kind of was stuck. I hope that this video is now fine again. I tried to do 3 test runs where none of the videos got stuck again, the problem that we had yesterday. So I hope it's going to be fine, but I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today.